Students, this is Vaibhavi, your teacher, and today we are going to learn how to write project report. However, in today's session, we are going to learn writing chapter 2 of project report. Introduction to the organization. First of all, it is essential to write introduction of the chapter 2 with the review of chapter 1st, such as chapter 1st is devoted to discuss the concept related to present study, such as training and development, objectives and importance of the study, scope and limitation of the study, research methodology of the study, hypothesis of the study, sampling of the study, etc. And present chapter is devoted to discuss introduction to the organization. After reviewing the first chapter and in connecting it with second chapter, one has to give an introduction of the present chapter in such way as introduction. Introduction should comprises the information collected by the student regarding the organization where the student is doing his or her project. Here, student should mention which source in bracket primary and sources in bracket primary and secondary bracket combined they used for collection of this information. Then it is expected that student should describe the information regarding the organization oblique or profile of the organization, considering different components such as profile of the organization. Serial number 1, name of the company components. Second, details of registration. Third, corporate addresses. 4, factory oblique office address. 5, phone numbers. 6, fax numbers. 7, email ID. 8, website of the organization. 9, public limited company oblique organization or a private limited company oblique organization in bracket mention the nature of the company. After giving the profile of the organization, one has to give brief history of the organization, and it should comprises following points. Brief history of organization comprises when this organization started its operation, by whom it was started, who are the promoters of the company, where the plant is situated, the names of the board of directors, if the organization is having major industrial oblique corporate customers, then the name of such customers had to be given. After brief history of the organization, one has to give subsidiaries and associates of the company. Presently, so many organizations are having subsidiaries and associates. Hence, it is expected from the student to mention the names of the subsidiaries and associates and the activities carried on by these subsidiaries and associates. After it, one has to give details regarding organization, different departments and manufacturing process. Departments oblique manufacturing process. In the organization, there are number of departments: production, marketing, human resource oblique personnel department, research and development departments, general administration department, finance departments. The nature of departments is different in different types of organization. That is, it is different in manufacturing organization or services organization. Students is expected to describe the features and functioning of the various departments in the organization, such as head of the particular department, the number of employees in a particular department, the performance result of the department, etc. It is expected that student should observe the manufacturing process of the organization and the products manufactured by the organization and describe it. If the company is large corporation, then the student has to describe the products manufactured by the organization, the peculiarities of various products and so on. It is expected that students has to describe in brief about the products and avoid technical details of the products. After describing descriptions of the departments and manufacturing process, one has to give important statistical information. Such information can be comprises turnover, market share, cost, dividend paid, tax paid, interest paid, the capital generated by the issue of shares oblique debentures, loans obtained from financial institutions, the total production, increase oblique decrease in production, sales or profit, the total number of employees employed in the organization, describe decrease or increase in total number of employees, etc. It is expected that such type of information is collected from the manual annual reports, financial statements and register of the company. After giving important statistical information, one has to give future prospects. It is expected that student can describe here the growth and diversification strategy of the organization concerning expansion plan of the company, diversified products the company is going to launch, future employability opportunities. Future prospect should be followed by organization structure. Organization structure. Organization structure of the particular firm consists of organizational hierarchy, that is the number of designation from top to bottom. The student has to describe whether the organization is having matrix structure oblique bureaucratic structure oblique flat structure. It is expected that student should present the organization structure in diagram. As like first chapter, closure is expected at the end of the chapter second in such way that Thus, this chapter is devoted to describe the profile of the organization, brief history of the organization, subsidiaries and associates of the organization, departments and manufacturing process, important statistical information, future prospects of the organization and organizational structure, etc. And next chapter is devoted to discuss theoretical background of the study. Thus, students will learn how to write chapter 2nd of project report. Second chapter should comprises introduction, profile of the organization, brief history of organization, important statistical information, future prospects, organization structure, etc. Now let's learn how to write chapter 2nd with an example. Chapter 2nd, Introduction to the Organization. Student, here in word from the example of chapter 2nd, Introduction to the Organization given. Figure number 2.2 is given geographically spread of companies marketing, but due to copyright issue it is covered with the red clip, as well as its source is mentioned. After that, company profile followed by its water and ice capacity is given. It is followed by freezing capacity and policy regarding maintenance of the quality is provided. After that, different products photographs with its details are given. The different facilities regarding information is provided. Then important statistical information with graphical presentation is provided. Future prospects of the organization is described. Organizational structure is given in the form of tree diagram. Hope you understood how to write chapter 2 of project report, and see you in the next session to learn how to write chapter 3 of the project report, theoretical background of the study. Thank you.